Hi, welcome to Tuesdays with Tara. I'm Tara Bundance, and today I'm going to talk about mindfulness. So, mindfulness is a practice that is used by many people, not just yogis and people who meditate. It's a practice that keeps you present, a practice that allows you to stay in the moment, in each moment, as the moment is occurring. So, I'm going to give you a few different things that you can use to practice mindfulness. And then I'm also going to take you through a mindfulness meditation. So, one of the things that you can use to practice mindfulness is while you're eating. So, some people like to just practice by eating mindfully every time that they eat, which means just taking each bite at a time, chewing the food, really taking the time to appreciate the food. And some people like to practice mindfulness in little moments of trying different types of food, something that maybe you've never taken the time to appreciate a particular food. One time, several years ago, when raspberries were growing in our garden, I made a decision to pick a raspberry mindfully, to take a deep breath and to really mindfully choose the raspberry or let it choose me. And then I sat down and I appreciated this raspberry for at least 20 minutes. I'd never done that practice before and I just wanted to see what it was like. And so I noticed the raspberry as I was holding it. I looked at every little seed, at every um, little pocket, every little crevice and corner. And then before I even tasted it, I took the time to look at it. I even turned it inside out kind of and broke it apart and looked at the inside. I smelled it for a while. I tasted it with my tongue before I ever put it in my mouth. And so each little thing that I did brought me to presence with that raspberry. It was the most incredible, mindful experience I'd ever had. And when I finally did start eating the raspberry, I ate it like one little speck at a time. And I appreciated that piece. And I just closed my eyes and I mindfully appreciated it, took a smell of each piece, put it in my mouth, let it sort of sit on my tongue, let it kind of get all over my tongue so I could see the different taste buds and how they reacted and responded to these little teeny pieces of raspberry. It was incredible. Since then, when I practice mindfulness while eating, it's one of those things that I do where I put my food in front of me, a whole meal, and I just sit with the meal for a moment before I start eating it. I appreciate it. I appreciate the beauty of it. I appreciate the time that it took to make it. I bring gratitude to the practice. I smell the food. I see it in all the parts and the pieces. So that if there's different pieces on my plate, I appreciate how all of it goes together. And then I just mindfully take one bite at a time, really chew the food while I'm appreciating it in my mouth, like just really taking the time to mindfully eat something, like one small thing like the raspberry or an entire meal that you may have prepared. Just bringing appreciation and presence to the moment while you're eating. That's a really great practice for mindfulness. And what it does is it gets you out of your head and into the moment, which is the goal of mindfulness. So, another thing you can do is you can wear a piece of jewelry that brings anytime you look at it, you think, oh, I've got to take a deep breath right now. Just be present. Notice what's going on around me. So, we go through our busy, busy days. We're driving everywhere. We're on our phones. We're taking care of kids, or we're taking care of ourselves, or we're doing work, whatever it is that we're doing. It's just kind of go, 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 go. And most of the time, we don't notice the things that are going on around us. So, one of the practices would be to just wear a piece of jewelry. It could be a ring, it could be a necklace, it could be a bracelet, something that helps you pause. Like one of my bracelets says, smile, breathe, and go slowly. That's my mindfulness bracelet. And so when I'm really feeling harried or hurried, I might notice the bracelet, and I might look down at it and be like, oh, right, breathe. Another thing that I did that I dedicated to a full-time thing was I actually got a tattoo. On this tattoo, it says breathe. So anytime I look down at my hand, I can remember to breathe. And that brings me to mindfulness. And as I'm breathing, I may notice things that are going on around me, sounds, the breeze, my child laughing, just many different things in that moment. So another thing you could do is you could plant a certain beautiful plant in your house. And anytime you pass by it, it could be a very fragrant plant or a flower. It could be something that you look at, and anytime you walk past it, you think, oh, right, presence, breathe, bring myself to the moment. When you're taking a walk, noticing each step of the way that you're taking very slow. It's not a brisk exercise walk, it's a slow paced, not harried, not hurried, just very present as you're looking around and you notice the wind in the trees or you notice a bird fly by. That's mindfulness. So the last thing that I'm going to share is a mindful practice, which is mindfulness meditation. So there's many great mindfulness meditation practitioners out there. I am not a certified mindfulness meditation practitioner. I'm just someone who has been doing it for a while and just love to take the time for myself to bring myself to presence through this breathing meditation. So take a moment just for yourself right now to settle into the space where you are. Okay. And in this moment, with before you close your eyes, look around you. What do you see? I can see many different things. I see my beautiful home. I see things that I hang around me. If I look behind me in the reflection of this screen, I can see my beautiful tapestry behind me. Just noticing everything around me. And if you think of it, just take a breath while you're looking around, just doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Just look around you. What do you see? Now take a breath. And before you close your eyes, take a listen. What do you hear? What do you hear going on around you? Could be my son's television in the background, could be birds, could be cars, could be people talking. Take a deep breath and just listen. Could be an airplane going overhead. Good. Now take a deep breath. Good. So now we're going to close our eyes, but we're not going to be going into any kind of jumping right into meditation. The whole point of this practice is becoming present, becoming mindful, becoming aware of yourself, your body, and the things that are going on around you. So when you feel ready, go ahead and close your eyes. And be mindful of the space around you because you've already looked around, you know what's around you, you've already listened, so you can kind of recognize the sounds that are going on around you. Take a deep breath in. Pause at the top. Breathe slowly out. Take a pause at the bottom. Notice if your shoulders are up around your ears. Just drop your shoulders. Notice if there's tension in your throat around your eyes, your jaw, your tongue, your chin, forehead, your neck. Take a deep breath. And now just feel into the rest of your body, where your hands are rested, how your feet are, how your body is sitting in the chair. Are you relaxed? Are you stiff? If you're feeling overly stiff, just find yourself relaxing in a comfortable position. And breathe. So, mindfulness meditation is the kind of meditation that you do when all you want to do is become present to this moment. So, one of the many things that you might do beyond listening and looking and feeling into your body is noticing how your thoughts are. What are your thoughts doing? Are they all over the place? Are you thinking, am I doing this right? Are you thinking, get on with it? Are you thinking, wow, this feels really good? Just notice your thoughts. And with each thought, let it pass. Mindfulness means noticing the thought and then letting it go. Breathe into this moment. Pause at the top. Breathe out slowly. Pause at the bottom. Notice your body. Notice your thoughts. Notice the sounds. Notice this moment, the only thing that exists. And breathe. Anytime you notice a thought and you get caught up in that thought, and then you notice that you're noticing yourself getting caught up in that thought, take a breath. Bring yourself to mindfulness. Your breath is the most present thing you can do, noticing it. Noticing that you breathed brings you to presence. So, breathing again, in slowly, out slowly. There's no goals, there's no visuals, there's nothing that we need to be doing other than noticing our breath, noticing when we become distracted or caught up in thought, and bringing ourselves back to this moment with your breath. In this present moment, which is the only moment that exists, breathe. Allow yourself to become more tuned in to your thoughts, your body, your feelings, your emotions, presence. Good. So now Bring your awareness back to the sounds in the room, back to the things that are going on around you. I'm noticing the wind picking up, blowing my wind chimes outside. Just start noticing the sounds around you. Continue breathing, breathing into this moment, bringing yourself back into the space where you're sitting, into the room where we started, feeling your body, feeling all of your thoughts, and noticing how the past few moments really brought you to a calm space. And when you're ready, slowly blink your eyes open. Lovely. Welcome to this moment. If you can feel how your body, your nervous system, your thoughts, and everything might be a little more relaxed than they were a few moments ago. This is the reason for mindfulness. The mindfulness practice brings us to a state of calm, brings us to a state of clarity and even patience, being very present, being very conscious, being very comfortable with this moment. I love the practice of mindfulness, and I love bringing this practice to you, my friends who join me on Tuesdays with Tara each week. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, so that you can enjoy Tuesdays with Tara every week. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. And thank you for joining me.